Call me Fuego, 93 like me. Fire in the sheets, spending summers on the sea. Quedo, she throw away home. Bearfield life on the day.
I need more of that action we got in that last round. That just felt like the epitome of PUBG to me. Plane Pan is going to be coming over Ferry Pier, ending in Stolber, right through the middle. Everything's open. Paper. My God, please. I need some more of that.
I mean, the city finishes are always just wild. They're fast and they're furious, and they're fun as heck to watch. I tell you what, they're tough to keep track of in some ways because, yeah, there is a lot going on. There's a lot of people still alive, but it really just kind of highlights one of those abilities that doesn't come through too often that you need to have in PUBG, and that's fighting in cities. You know, whether that be contesting your drop spots or, you know, you get the rare city finish circles, you got to be ready for them, and it's fun to watch teams try to navigate them. And Zenith, got to give them a lot of credit. They're doing a great job, Matt. And, you know, Clib just picking the right moment to kind of wait it out and come on through and get a 1v1 and win it. I mean, that's what this is all about. It's about finding the right timings.
When we're looking at the amount of money that's on the table, that is such a pivotal game for Team Liquid and Zenith both. Also, guys, I want to give a shout out to the observers. Those things that fight is hard to track, and they did a good job on keeping in exactly where the action was going on, what was happening with all the teams. So thank you, observers, for that one. And oh my God, Paper.
Yes.
What just happened with this circle?
I just grabbed some coffee during the break. That's what happened. This one looking good, Matt, for the Westernly teams.
This is going to be fairly contested as it provides a lot of vision. And hey, Burr, again, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. You get a little bit of knockback over towards Star-Lord. Now you got to keep the vision onto it. 2 members already down for T1. The Burr line of defense holds strong.
I mean, this is a blind send for T1, and they're paying the price. Adder, very hurt. Almost down and out. There it is. Burr gonna take T1 down. They're nuts. You just can't do these kind of things if you're T1. I think they assumed they'd be the first ones to get to this position.
That is terrible at the stage. Yeah, if we see Day Trade manage to hold this, it stalls the entirety of 4 a.m. trying to make this push into position. Now you can see that Day Trade is rotated around and is kind of counter-flanking into it. They have to be cautious on their approach, though. These do look like they're starting to come through. Crazy down. Grenade starting to run through. Forever's going to have to run away from that one, but it's just Flash holding down the high ground right now as there's not very many options for 4 Angry Men. They're just having to cover and really hide from a red zone that is happening inside their compound.
That's a good way to put it. It's a lot of explosions going on, and there's Flash still up top. Nobody's been really able to identify or dislodge him, and he is causing all kinds of problems. Nurens as well already has 2. 4 a.m. It's looking dire for them. Forever and Godby, yeah, they're inside the compound, but there is a complete swarm around it, and you can see even Edie from Buriram starting to reach out. They hear fighting. They're saying, guys, you can't fight without us. That's not fair. We want to get involved in this. And Godby's got some smokes. He's waiting underneath by the U.S. Vanatica, not going to be able to be spotted. Yeah, we can see him in the X-ray, but there's still quite a bit of smoke in there.
Oh, that a Freak of Freaks have bumped into each other mid-rotation. As you can see, it's not going too well for a Freak of Freaks right now. Already one member out, another one about to bleed out in a second. Sure, Pat Caps is down, but he's fairly resable. EJ is running for the hillside. There's going to be a couple of teams from Oath that should be able to take a shot at him, but I think that the other 2 members from a Freak of Freaks should be able to get out of this position. Really, it's just about this 4 a.m. situation that we see going on. They wanted this. Remember, they're the ones that aggressed. They rolled into this position in infantry. Now finding Team Liquid, it's a lot of the run and gun and drive-by meta coming in being a factor specifically along the coastlines as the teams are bumping into each other.
Yeah, I mean, Team Liquid, you know, they're in a great spot right now, but they're going to be forced down to the bottom of Primorsk with infantry ahead of them. Back over to 4 a.m. I tell you what, Matt, they are a team that they don't care if they want. Ooh, you can't do that, though. Nurens comes around the corner. It's a 50-50. Godby's on the other side, and he's going to suffer because of it. Now Vanatica's down. Godby's going ham. That's Poochill's down. Is he going to be able to finish it? It's just Flash left alive at half health, spraying out the door. Godby steps up and gets him. Whoa,
that is
Matt.
Absolutely nuts. The cost was high. He lost 3 members, but that was a position that we should not have seen 4 a.m. win, and it comes off of a phenomenal set of plays. You just saw them just taking it, jumping down. They knew that they could win this firefight once they got those opening knocks, and so well played by 4 a.m.
Gonna turn the steering wheels of Oath in the other direction.
Yeah, Oath is in a little bit of trouble here. It's really just EJ that's trying to defend it up. Hikari also rolling in, and I think that Oath wants this one. So now the question comes, Afrika, what you got? Gets sprayed onto one. Hikari rolls back over. He's the last one up, gets one of them down, tries to go with the flush because he knows his time is limited. Burram on one side, Oath on the other. Those are two aggressive teams that are not going to let you get away from that spot. That's saying the fact that I have faith in you, Gen.G, to be contesting for the #1 spots. I don't want to give you any points at all. I'm going to deny at least this one because we don't know how important that could be.
Oh, it's smart. It's what he should do, for sure.
Oh, Pentalol lines up, gets the shots onto Roth, knocks him. Zenith, who's been playing in the north, loses one and takes a ton of damage. Curdy continuing to harass. Kickstart's going to go down right as he makes it into the shack. They should be able to get the res, but this is a rough life to live now, as it's going to be a matter of, do Shoot to Kill choose to aggress on this? Because if they choose to, they have to know that there's the potential of teams wrapping in back behind them and finding themselves in a pincered point. Instead, now Shoot to Kill has to figure out, how do they contain what's going on, specifically with Zenith to the south and what could be approaching from the west?
Well, I can tell you, if I'm Shoot to Kill, I want to utilize this opportunity to take Zenith out. They are on top of the leaderboard. They are rocking and rolling today. You want to put a stop to this momentum as quickly as possible. But right away, Shinboy going to pack and run in his vehicle inside of the shack still, trying to put some more smokes outside. Luke 12 going to try to put a molly at the front door. It's just not quite at the front, so they're able to get out without taking any damage from the molly, but they're taking some shots from the side. More grenades coming through here as Tianba is just wrecking Gen.G, by the way. Zenith stuck in this shack. There you go. There's Tianba taking down Jig. Okay, now we're over to this fight. Sonics with Buriram now on the fight for the hill.
How are Buriram still fighting from this position? We've seen them be weakened for quite a while. Edie now rolling into this point. Sonics, there's so much throwables that are being used right now. Could be a detriment for the late game for whoever wins this fight. Godmeow looking in towards the position. Nawardra is going to go down. Godmeow has to play this cautiously. They're right along the line for the safe zone. Edie takes a ton of damage as well. There's just too many Sonic members. They've got the angles. They know exactly where everybody on Buriram is, and they get taken down. That pushes Sonics up to 4 kills and should be able to get the res onto Shrimps.
Yeah, fantastic work here from the Sonics. Doing a good job against a tough team there, Buriram. But now it's multi-circle gaming. Looks like they might want a third party that's try to clear out the southern side of the circle, really open up a lot of space for them, keep their backs clean and clear as well. Infantry being torn apart by Division X. DXG learning from their mistakes in the first game. Really putting the hurt into infantry now. It is almost it. That does it. It's going to be pack caps, but regardless, a nice fight here for DXG.
DXG with some early aggression, and that was not towards the safe zone, so they specifically chose that fight and saw the opportunity that arose with it. Tiemba, after winning the fights up against Gen.G, now approaching into Zenith's fortified position. Shoot to Kill opted away from it. Once the Gen.G Tiemba fight ended, shots from Tiemba went into Shoot to Kill, so they repositioned towards the north. That's how come you don't see Shoot to Kill playing from this point, and now having vision into Tiemba. The problem arises, though, that Zenith's position is not side the safe zone either. Neither is Shoot to Kill. So Tiemba goes, okay, there's some kill points here, but the risk isn't worth it. Instead, repositions down and sees an opportunity and going to go ahead and take themselves a Wizard Tower.
Well, they're going to leave Lurena on the backside there to watch Zenith. Nobody was really able to dislodge Zenith from those shacks, so it's an attempt that wasn't really a full-on attempt by SDK. As Sonics are ahead, Pat Caps, his vehicle's done. That's going to blow up, so he's going to throw some utility at Sonics in return. But they've got him potentially out in the open. Snaker's trying to provide some cover fire. Is it going to be good enough? Tickleton going to knock Pat Caps there. Snaker's the only one left for Oath. He's got a UAZ and nothing else to work with.
Yeah, this just not a lot of options. Division X on 4 kills already, seeing an opportunity to maybe harass Sonics as well. Long K and Fergus do have the high ground with support at range coming in from the other 2 members. Akers is inside the safe zone right along the wall, though. The problem comes into play that there's too many firing angles into him. He's probably not too long for this world. Sonic's mime does finally line up. Oath is eliminated as well. Zenith did go down inside of the skirmish that was over in the west. So now we're starting to see it settle down a little bit. 24 alive, 7 teams. Nobody really holding the center of the circle at the time. It's just fights along the hillside.
I just want to point this out quick. The top 3 teams right now here in the final week are NA, Zenith, Sonics, STK, tied with Team Liquid. But heck of a day for NA here, really making a statement to start out this final week. Division X, IQ 500 down but not out. Long K pretty beat up, and H-Win and the Sonics trying to see if they can get that finish. There's smoke everywhere around him, so no shots really able to find the mark just yet. FaZe quiet but still 4 up, holding the northeastern side. They have a huge split in this circle right now. They really cover a lot of real estate, giving themselves a really good chance in this one, and they're going to maintain everybody inside of this circle. SDK in a battle with Tianba having some trouble as Sonics continue this prolonged battle with Division X.
I like what we're seeing from Division X right now. This is, sure, they've taken a casualty. They probably can't get the res, but they're starting to really try to force other teams to play around them instead of just being passive and letting people encroach onto them. The problem is, can they control their flanks while they're keeping all their focus into Sonics? Instead, they're going to retreat from this, and you can see that as they're making the retreat, they're getting harried every single step of the way by Sonics, because Sonics doesn't want to relent off of this. Already at 6 kills, they know that there's an opportunity in front of them, but really it comes on how we see DXG opt into playing around this. Shoot to kill, repositions in, and oh, DXG's just going to hop in a vehicle and roll through. That might be a little bit risky as FaZe might have vision on him. H-Win does connect into 1, should be able to get the flush. 2 do manage to make it away from the aggression and get to a kind of safe point. No, it's going to be FaZe. Fergus gets spotted out. Aitzy's holding the line up for his team, and FaZe controls so much of the circle right now, Paper.
Honestly, I like the move here by Division X. They kind of were in a bad spot in that fight against Sonics. It was starting to turn in the direction of the NA team, and they just thought, well, this isn't going our way. We don't really have good angles. Let's just get out of here. And I think that's fine. They're going to be able to get the res, it looks like. So at least they take a compound. They've got something in this to play with, and now they've rotated ahead of the Sonics as well and kind of forced Sonics into a position where they have to cross some open terrain potentially, depending on what the vehicles are like for the Sonics. Maybe they'll just try to counter crash that position. I don't know. We'll see. SDK has managed to hold on against Tianba, and even though they lose one, they're able to find a spot on the southwestern edge of this new circle.
Really, it's the control of 2 teams. Shoot to kill to the southeast or southwest, and it's going to be FaZe to the northeast. These 2 teams control so much of the circle. It's forcing all of the other teams to just huddle against each other. You can see Tianba really can't make much out of this. They're just going to go ahead and feed over their kills to the blue as well, deny those out. So Sonics and multi-circle gaming on a little bit more of a roaming strategy as options are starting to get more and more limited for them. The DXG send could be quite pivotal as it does manage to get them away from a potential fight brewing between the 2.
Yeah, a lot of teams just finding themselves in spots where it's not worth it to give the points over to the other teams. It's smart play. That's the way the super settings work. Pentalol, they're going to go for the res. Smokes are down, and indeed, Sonics are going to try to crash this. They're going to lose H-Win to ubah from the side. They're still hanging out over along that ridge line outside of this radar tower, and Fergus and Long K can just kind of wait. I don't really want to see them go outside too much. I don't really think they need to unless they feel like they can get that point, I guess. That's fine. They can at least get H-Win. I suppose that's worth it there. I was a little worried that maybe somebody like FaZe or MCG might shoot into them, and now Sonics is just getting smothered here by multi-circle gaming. Shrimsy down, Tiggleton down, Sonics are out, and we're down to our final 4 teams here in game number 4. MCG completely in the opposite direction. That one knock and flush was all it took, and they're like, no, let's fight DXG instead.
This is a pivotal fight for situation and control. DXG, here's what's coming. They have an idea on how the approach is going to come in. Long K set up. Fergus has an idea on what's going on. Repositions around, tries to bait it out, but Long K doesn't get the vision in time. And so that's a nice play coming up from somewhere. But look, Long K does manage to connect as well. Can we see a nice grenade bounce off of this one? Not getting much. FaZe starting to gatekeep around this as well. Shifting around, trying to see if they can harass. Long K jumps out, gets the shots onto him, and tries to make a play, but now shoots a kill. Looking into the outside of what's going on, and multi-circle gaming runs to cover, trying to get this res.
Well, Evil Lee might be able to get it unless there's any throwables that SDK has in the bag still to try to make them punish, but it doesn't look like they have it. FuzzFace has been slowly working his way, so they're going to have to let fly with them if they have them here pretty soon. Phase 8 is going to close up, and then Phase 9 begins. You can see they're already starting to make the smoke wall, and then they're going to have to go, but all pressure here on the middle front line for FaZe.
FuzzFace was a star performer for his squad looking through the survival series, and yet again, he shows up when it matters. Throws a blind grenade into position, takes down both members of Multi-Circle Gaming, so everybody on FaZe can now focus in on Shoot to Kill, who is having to fight from a very dangerous position along the hillside. Gustav playing the low area, Aitzy back behind that, but it's going to be FuzzFace after hitting that beautiful grenade that looks into Shoot to Kill's direction. He knows just on the other side of this ridge, there is someone waiting. Now it's just a matter of who lines up, who gets vision. Penta still playing the high approach for it. Alo goes down to start everything off, and now Penta and Luke 12 have an idea on where multiple FaZe Clan members are at. But FaZe Clan just has to wait. They've got control over the circle. It's all going to be on Shoot to Kill to make the move. Luke 12 goes down as well. FaZe holding the line up. We can see, looking into position, they know exactly where Penta is. But Penta now looking down towards their positions, might be able to spot him out. Tries to go for the shots into him, but there's so many coming up the hillside. There's no options. Get some damage on one, but in the end, it's going to be FaZe who strolls into this one in a dominant control victory.
Yeah, really nicely done by FaZe. Never gave up any ground, held fast. Great grenade from Fuzz at MCG. They were stuck in a door. There weren't any other options for them. It's just well-timed. He knows what's going on. He's patient. Some good shooting from Ubah. A good follow-up on a grenade from his teammates to get the knock on it to Luke 12. Penta tries to work the top of the hill, but they're all just working together, backing each other up, not giving Penta any hope for a 1v4. FaZe gonna pick up a win here.